I actually hate myself. Like, I hate myself so much for my last video because this comment called me out. So, for this guy right here, this is why the part 2 is actually coming. Because this dude called me out, and I made a video about who's the best Joestar, and I forgot motherfucking Jotaro. How the do I forget Jotaro when he's in the thumbnail? He is literally in the thumbnail.
Yeah, it's rewind time.
And here you go, Mr. Lucas Rogers. Here is your part 2 to that video, and I will finally do the ranking of that character and then finally go on to the rest of this video, which is technically part 2, but just a different concept. Jotaro Kujo, the epitome of Mr. Steal Your in the JoJo franchise, even though he will still do this to women to this day. Jotaro is a straight menace and is one of my favorite characters in JoJo. But the reason that I would have to put him at rank 4 was just because I love all the other characters in JoJo. And still, I love his character to this day. His personality is hilarious. He is hilarious as a character, and nothing is going to take that from him. Like, I feel like he's just one of those characters that kind of everybody loves. Like, all the women love him, obviously. Even the men, like, I mean, shoot, all the 7th graders that are still stuck in the boys phase, that's probably their favorite character in JoJo, if I'm going to be fair. So, if you're kind of wondering, this is definitely, honestly, besides Dio and, like, Joseph, I feel Jotaro would probably have to be the most popular character in JoJo, even though I kind of find him like an overrated pick. And does that mean that I do not like him? Absolutely not, because I'm giving him a lot of love, and that's because he's one of the coolest characters to ever come to JoJo, without a doubt. Let's rank our favorite JoJo characters. Rank number 4, Johnny. Now, for this ranking, I'm not only going to be doing characters that I like, I'm doing ones that I dislike. And I'm just gonna let it clear now. I am sorry for the Johnny lovers, and I am sorry, Christian, but I hate Johnny. If there's one character in JoJo that I do not like, it is Johnny. And yes, I'm not doing like a super long list, but I'm just doing characters that people like and characters that are also kind of new. Johnny, I hate him. I've never liked him. I just find his character not too appealing, you know? Johnny is an asshole. If you wonder why a lot of people hate him, is because that he's a straight up asshole. That's factual in my opinion. I just did not ever click with Johnny, and in my opinion, he was kind of boring, to be honest. And I just feel he's so selfish, I mean, super self-centered, and he was just a character that I've always hated. Like, I have never been able to sit there and like Johnny. And, spoilers for part 7, so if you have not read part 7, do not watch this part and just skip over it. He did not care whenever Diego died. I mean, dude was beat up on the ground, and then Johnny is just sitting here like, oh, screw this guy. And that is just messed up. That shows you what Johnny is like as a character and his personality. I've hated his personality. Do I think that he's powerful? Absolutely. Like I've said, I think he is awfully powerful and has one of the most he's just one of the most powerful characters in the entirety of JoJo. I know that. But I hate him as a character, and he is somebody that I've never been able to actually like because he is just a straight up asshole. I mean, he's one of those characters that it's just like, oh, there's a reason why I don't like you, because I can give specific reasons why I don't like characters, and Johnny is one of those, because he's just super selfish and just not a character that I can like. Dio Brando. I'm sorry. It's just a tradition to make some random voice when introducing Dio in one of my videos. Now, obviously, he is going to get rank number 4 on this list. Now, like I said, this is not a list of like my personal favorite of characters. This is just me using a list for talking about characters, but I'm ranking them and how I like them of the characters I'm using. Now, Dio Brando, surprisingly or not, you might think that since I hate Johnny, I do not hate Dio. And I know people are gonna be like, well, you're a psychopath, bro. You're a psychopath. He's a straight awful person. I know he is. But in my opinion, he is one of, obviously, my favorite villains in JoJo. Do I like his character? Yes. Do I like what he does and like his personality of just being a menace and just being completely awful? No. But do I like him as a character? Absolutely. And that is something with Dio that nobody can ever tell me less. And I just feel like Dio was also one of my favorite villains because he was just somebody that made every part so interesting that he was in. Part 3, I was so invested, and sure, was I invested because of the other characters? Absolutely, but I was like super ready to see the fight against Jotaro versus Dio. He had me invested, and just seeing him come back as just like some dude who's like absolutely shredded, even though, I mean, yes, did he steal a body? Did he steal a body? Yep. Is he technically Jonathan? Yep, but still, it is messed up. But like I said, Dio is just one of my favorite villains because he has just always been such an interesting villain and somebody that I feel like he keeps the fans invested every single time. And I actually believe in Japan, their rating of favorite anime characters or their favorite like anime or JoJo character is actually Dio. Which, I mean, hey, yes, we already know. In Japan, they all like the bad boys. I mean, that's just factual. And of course, I mean, I'm sure Jotaro would be up there, but I feel like in Japan, it's just like heavily loved to like bad boys and just to like all the bad villains. But like, not like actually bad as a character, but like, you know what I mean by bad. Like if you're calling a UFC fighter a bad man, like 3 years ago, 2018, we would have been calling Conor McGregor that. Finally, at number 1 on my ranking of characters I've done, Gyro Zeppeli. If there is one character that I love Gyro. He is one of the funniest, best looking, coolest looking. Like, I have so much praise for Gyro, and that's because whenever I first got to part 7, Steel Ball Run, bro, I was just immediately in love. And like, with the character, hey, not with the man, but with the character, my friends, the character. I love Gyro. Like, if there's one character that I just love most, it has to be Gyro, because I feel like he did so much for part 7 and just made it such an enjoyable experience for me. 2021 JoJo Talks favorite character, Pucci, and is easily in my top 5 favorite JoJo characters. I absolutely love Pucci, not only because of his personality, just the way that he is. I feel like everything Pucci does it's just automatically cool, and that makes him one of my favorites and a lot of other people's favorites, because he's just absolutely cool. And I feel like if it was not for Poochie, because even my friend can tell you, I would always be like, that Poochie guy, I really like that Poochie guy, because I would always see the videos of like, I would always see those videos on my For You page. Oh yeah, and sorry. At this point, I'm just ranting about the characters that I love. He's obviously gonna be ranked 2 on this list, so yeah.